What's up? What's up? How's it going, Mark? Fortunately, the servers are coming down in 3 minutes for a couple minutes, so I guess we'll take this time to move some stuff in my hideout.
I walk beside you, not behind.
Where do I want to put these guys? Fine. Get them off the waypoint. Yeah, this is hardcore solo self-found Ruthless, so it's pretty brutal. Yeah, I'm doing EQ Bleed Jugg, kind of a throwback to old Pee-wee. So playing super defensive, stacking bleed damage with some slams. I was considering going Berserker, and I might go Berserker once I get better defensive gear. I think Jugg early on is the better play for hardcore, and then swap to Berserker like I probably have better armor later on. I don't know if I can swap Ascendant Season Ruthless. I don't think you can, so I might just be Jugg all the way through. Let's Google that actually. Okay, so I have to, you can still do it. So probably going Berserker later on will be the play. So while Headhunter Cyclone has been fun, crashing my Harvey instances from all the buffs has not been. Yeah. Headhunter is a lot of fun, but yeah, it gets pretty crazy. For sure. Well, I'm gonna make a cup of coffee real quick while the servers are down. I'll be back in like 2 or 3 minutes. I'm not sure, Gavisha. I don't know what to recommend because I don't know what your gear looks like. Okay. The server's still down. Rip. But I have my coffee. That's all that matters. I probably have to download the update. See if I close out. Maybe it's just server side. How's it going, RJ? Follow the guide a little bit. Hopefully it's worked out for you. I got so far I was trying to make Nagahamu's flame work. Oh, that's some real old school stuff there. Yeah, I remember playing Cyclone Nagahamu like way back in the day. Definitely a throwback. Kind of like playing EQ lead Jugg. It's a step back in time for sure. I think it's just that ability probably hasn't. Steam is updating now. Okay, let me take a look. I think that it's just that ability hasn't scaled over time, right? Like the power creep of the game has surpassed it. Unfortunately.
The Empire lives on, and so do its most loyal of servants.
Thanks, Kavisha, for the sub. Alright, guys. Well, I'm trying to launch the game and it's downloading content. Cool. Alright.
The Empire.
I guess we get to stare at the penguins for a little bit. They're my spirit creature. Thanks, Vision, for the follow. What's up, Jaco? Yeah, I did a hardcore solo self-found Ruthless character last league. I played, you know, RF, which is pretty good in this mode, and I got it to about almost level 90 before I died. So I'm curious to see how well the Earthquake Bleed character will perform. I think it'll be fine for mapping. I'm not sure about boss damage. Are you playing SSF Ruthless, Jaco, or just regular Ruthless? Softcore or hardcore? Yeah. See, I'm a masochist, so I'm playing hardcore solo self-found Ruthless. So it's gonna be a bit of a slow climb up the ladder. Right? I'm not gonna really push anything in any direction that's even remotely scary until I get some better gems and gear going. I thought about doing just regular. Oh, dude, I've been like the mercenaries. I think the only time I'm gonna pick a mercenary is if it has like determination vitality. I'm gonna have to just YOLO it for that. and it is what it is. Or I'm gonna have to, or if they have like just like an insane unique or something, like something that's just completely like you have to like roll the dice on it, you know. But typically I come across a mercenary and I check out their inventory real quick and I skip them. I just absolutely skip them. Yeah. I made my first character over the weekend and died to a mercenary in Act 9. I had 5 endurance charges, stacked fortification, I had 3000 HP, I had 90% PDR with my other mercenary, and I got one shot by the mercenary that we were fighting. It was like ridiculous. Yeah, that guy that cleared everything is insane for sure. What's up, Eco? How's it going, Nikos? Hey, well, yeah, they do like to kill players. That's why we're gonna take it super slow here, and we're just gonna grind XP. We're gonna be in tier 1 and 2 maps for quite a while. Followed your Cyclone guide, and Craft ended up with this. Kind of got shafted with first Shaper Slam and then YOLO. I mean, that's still... The chance to deal double damage is nice. It's a small chance, right? But that's still not bad. Attack speed is pretty good too. I mean, you'll use that. That's pretty damn good staff. Do you do build reviews? I'm struggling to know how to further improve my build. We could probably look at it later, Eco. They did just tune down a bunch of the mercs, right? I don't know what the patch was specifically for. I don't think they were adjusting mercenaries though. I think they were tweaking some bugs in the game. What is the best priority to upgrade at your Cyclone when you're between 95 crit and 100 giga endgame? You want to go for the Forbidden Flame Flesh first, in my opinion, then go for a Progenesis. This is after you've crafted a really good staff. Just woke up and it's time for some hard grind. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, basically we're just playing EQ bleed, you know, we slam. Pretty straightforward. Try to make our character as tanky as possible. I'll keep the stream up, first time catching you live. Hey, appreciate it, Eco. Yeah, I make guides on Cyclone and various other things, and then I play all the game modes occasionally. I always usually do like a Ruthless round each league, just for fun, basically. The only thing that's really scary for me right now on this character is like spell mitigation. So I'm focusing on speccing into a lot of life right now. Get my HP high. Like these guys scare me. Spell bros scare me right now. I ended up crafting myself a decent staff, but I hit the endurance charges on the staff, which isn't awful. Also noticing your last build Recycle, and you got the unique gloves from Uber Exarch. Yeah, I mean those are nice because you can scale like the fortification attack speed, but they're super expensive this league because they adjusted the drop rate. So I would just go for like rare gloves, anything. Like I'm not using that stuff on my character. I'm just using like a pair of rare gloves with Eldritch Implicits, and that's more than enough. I don't know if I have like the damage for this right now. My 4-link is definitely not optimal. I'm a little scared of blight monsters, to be honest. Especially if they're shooting projectiles at me. Yeah. A little scary. My 4-link isn't great. We're using Earthquake with Fortify, which is actually not bad, but then I'd rather not have Chance to Bleed and Damage on Life. Those are kind of like mid support gems right now. I think the unique gloves are overpriced right now, and they don't really give us much on the build versus like just having rare gloves with implicits rolled on them. I think like the unique gloves would be nice if they weren't ridiculously expensive. Yeah. Yeah, the attack is not fast right now. I have spec'd into like a lot of attack speed too, and it's still pretty slow. I want to get the transfigured earthquake gem from lab, but it might be a minute before that happens. That's a skip. I also considered, I did actually get a faster attack support. I might swap out damage on full life for faster attacks, because I think that might feel better. Yeah, I did get a faster attacks right before I went to work this morning. This might feel a lot better than damage on full life. Do I brick the chest? I just need a green. One green. There it is. It's scary when you don't have a lot of currency. What is EQ? EQ is Earthquake. So basically Earthquake is an ability. You do this, and then it does an aftershock with those spikes. And it does, the way Earthquake works is, the aftershocks do a lot more damage with hits and ailments. So like I scale it with bleed. So we go into all the bleed nodes, and we just, we scale bleed damage basically. And then we take all the axe nodes with Gijus and increase like, you know, damage with the ailments and stuff. Yeah, what is Earthquake? That's a good question. It's an ability that most people don't play anymore because it's kind of fallen out of favor. There's a lot better slam skills now, but I wanted to kind of do something that's a throwback to old PoE, so... See, these guys are terrifying to me right now. Spellcasters.
The Empire awaits you with open jaws.
Thanks, Kukovsky, for the follow. The other thing I need to pick up, or hopefully get, is like Flicker Strike or Consecrated Path, so I have some kind of like movement ability in some way. Be pretty good. I actually wouldn't mind Flicker. I always use a Siosa gem on Conk Path. To get your movement ability. Yeah. I guess I could mule a character for that. I was trying to get a lot of gems to get like my kit online, so I went for like, you know, I went for like a lot of the cries and stuff like that. So I was trying to maximize my damage as much as possible. I really would like to get an auto exertion soon. That would be pretty good. I really don't like this boss. Maybe we get lucky with the item here. Not terrible. It's not ideal. My Mercenary is so low level that he's basically a wet noodle now. I was using him for like determination and vitality, but they're pretty low level and he just folds like a wet noodle now. He's so far beneath the zones. I haven't found a decent Mercenary in a while. I'm considering going back to like Ossuary and just farming that for a Mercenary. I'm several levels above it now. It might be relatively safe. I find a good one. And it would stand up a lot better than this guy.
Freedom time! I will never be centered. No. Still up.
You see, he's already dead again. Pretty much useless to me. Already better than Cyclone. I don't know about that. Seems a bit like a jibe. Be really dope is if I can get like a really high armor value chest that has good rolls on it, because then when I get my next ascendancy I get that double armor value. It'd be pretty good.
Quickly.
Did you start maps today? I just started maps, yeah. I finished leveling this morning before work and I did a few maps and then I went to work. I just got off work like an hour or so ago and yeah, we're still like doing T1, T2 maps right now. That guy was annoying. Yeah, I'm considering, now that I think about it, I might mule another character for some extra gems. Because having Consecrated Path would be pretty good right now, having some kind of movement ability. And there's no telling when I'm going to get that to drop. It could not drop for days. Whereas I could level another character basically pretty quick now with all the gear I saved up to Act 3 and get it relatively soon. But I kind of just want to map tonight. I might do that in the morning before I go to work tomorrow. Gotta remember to use my Blood Rage. Those frenzy charges are nice. Kill. At least the MTX looks cool. Yeah, I was going for like about as brutal of an MTX as I could go for. And I like the MTX for the Earthquake. It's pretty dope looking. It's like an oh shit flask right there. I kind of like that. Stupid beast. Expedition sounds pretty scary. Guess we go for no towers basically. I mean, immune to fire damage doesn't do anything. Immune to cold damage doesn't mean anything. Let's see how this goes. Maybe this is where I die. Isn't too bad. That Orb of Alteration was actually kind of tempting. Those are pretty good in Ruthless. Not tempting enough though. Chaos crystals, that's terrifying.
The hunger, it never ends. Surely we are not done.
Yeah, top 10 Jugg. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, guys. XP is a lot slower in Ruthless. I didn't even check to see how many people are playing Jugg. I think it's more balanced on Ruthless. I think it's like 4%. I did check yesterday, not today. I think it's like 4%, 4% Berserker and 3% Jugg right now. Seems to be the split. This guy is super, always physical resistant. That's why I was like, why is this guy not dying? I have to do everything. I had to curse him. Keep him moving. The aggravated bleed. Oh, just more damage moving while bleeding. Yeah. Spell guys are scary. Scary. Gotta basically bob and weave. I've considered it, like, it might be worth taking the spell suppression. That's a lot of points going to the right side of the tree, though, which is kind of not fun. That's like a lot of points. It's like 5 points of travel just to get over to it. Another 5 points. It's like 10-point investment for the spell suppression. It's pretty huge of a reach there. If I could scale my spell suppression easily on gear, I think it would be worth it. I'd have to go like armor evasion and go into like iron reflexes, I think. That way I can roll spell suppression on gear. Like you'd have to go iron reflexes, you'd have to take the spell suppression here. This would get you to like 27% with chance to lucky. That's like 40 something percent spell suppression from the wheel. And then you'd need like another 40 to 50 from the gear, and that's really RNG, getting like spell suppression rolls on gear with also life and resistances. It's pretty... I guess you could run a quartz flask too, but it's not, the uptime's not the same like softcore or the regular game versus Ruthless.
I still hunger.
Yeah, see, the casters are so freaking terrifying.
Feeding time. Kill! 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 I still hunger.
I'm of House Kayakson. That should be warning enough.
Any update on the Cyclone build? No, Ahmet. Everything's the same for my latest POVs. If you check the Discord, I have the latest
I will
POV
accept
pinned.
your decision.
Kind of want to YOLO take this Mercenary, just to have a Mercenary that's my level, just to help out. This would give me some meat shields and stuff. This is probably not worth the risk, but I'm gonna do it.
So it's death you want. Hideout Fury.
Yeah, getting to her is gonna be a little rough. Gotta get some bleeds on her and then run. There we go.
And yet, here we are.
Yeah, no problem on it. Okay. I got some meat shields and stuff, so this is kind of nice, I guess. Ooh, caster's up there.
Rot consume you.
Lucy found a Vitality and Termination Mark today and got one shot by him. Never seen one like them before nor since. Yeah. Yeah, they're gonna probably be pretty scary. They're running, you know, strength dex or strength based. I think it's strength dex, right, for Termination and Vitality. She does like no damage though, but she does put a lot of minions. Wonder if they taunt. Was a 2-hand strength guy I really wanted for Delve. Yeah. Yeah, the mercenaries are pretty scary. Even after the nerfs, they're pretty damn scary. Oh, did they nerf him again? Because I looked at the patch notes, I don't remember seeing anything specifically. Maybe I didn't read them all the way through. Let's see. Oh, they added a lot more to the patch notes. Okay. I didn't, yeah. They added a lot. Okay, yeah. They nerfed the Shield Crush guys. Yeah, I actually gotta ping my buddy because he was like, I don't think they're gonna...
The Empire awaits you with open jaws.
Yeah, I was having this conversation with my friend last night, and I was like, "There's no way they're not nerfing them again." He was pretty adamant that this far into the league they weren't going to touch the mechanic, and I was like, "I don't know, man. They're still pretty like fucking rippy." That makes me feel a lot better because, like, yeah, they were still ridiculously overpowered. Okay, that makes me feel a little bit better about what I'm doing right now. I'm still gonna play super careful, but yeah, I was expecting a lot of that shit to still one shot for sure. Oh, this boss is gonna suck. I may not do the boss, we'll see. I need a much better weapon at this point. And a better 4-link setup, for sure. I am actually very happy that they did another pass on the Mercenaries. I'd say by the time you're level 95, you should probably have at least a 700 to 800 PDPS staff at Eco. You can make one of those relatively cheap.
A swift choice speaks well of you.
Ooh, this guy might synergize better with what I'm doing. Does he maim? Insta bleed, multi-strike, melee fizz, greater attack speed. More dot damage. I think this guy synergizes with my build better. This could be a mistake, but fuck it, we're gonna send it. Get rid of Smolder Strike guy. Actually, I need to check my mercenaries because I put a bunch of gear on one of them, and I think it was my. I think it was the Ripper.
Do what you must.
Yeah, the Ripper has a bunch of gear because I was trying to keep him because he's the one that has Determination, Vitality. This guy I can get rid of. Get rid of Smolder Strike, bro.
Let's keep this simple, shall we?
Oh, this dude is so tanky. He's so tanky. Dude is so tanky. Alright.
Let's get to the bloodletting.
I kind of like him though because he's like a bleed bro, so it's like dual bleed bro. I wonder what his damage is like. Let's see. Come over here. It's alright. It's not great. If I put gear on him, it might not be that bad. I think Determination Vitality is probably the best for the Cyclone build. If you're gonna run Auras. For sure. This boss is going to be actually fairly scary. I don't know how I feel about this. Yeah, see, he hits so hard. Yeah, I'm kind of terrified of him right now. Oh, we got Soul Eater. Bye. Not fucking with Soul Eater. Wish about your Cyclone. I see on your gear you only have one channeling mana cost in your rings. How do you get Cyclone to cost no mana? I believe I ran with 2 mana cost Bade. Or, sorry. Yeah, Bade. I ran with 2 mana costs because I didn't really care about the mana cost. It wasn't that annoying. You could run the 2 enchants on your rings if you want to get rid of it. But once you get the crafted chest with the socket attacks have minus 20 mana or whatever, then with the passives on the tree, it doesn't cost any mana at that point. Yeah, I think 2 mana cost is kind of doable. It's not. It doesn't really feel like I ever was running out of mana with that. This is kind of a scary mod. May not be the play, but we'll see. Kind of a scary mod. I don't know about this map, to be honest. This feels like not the play. Oh my gosh. Jeez, that guy got scary right there. That was a little... Why do you have the 500 accuracy mastery not 50% at close range? I don't know. Does both of them get you to 100% hit? Because at the end of the day, that's all that matters, right? that looks like death right there, 100%. Yeah, it could be, Eco. At that point, I have accuracy rolls on my gear, which you may not have. And the accuracy roll on gear helps out a lot. I think I said that in one of my videos when I was talking about the swap to Eagle Eye. Was basically like you still want to also have like some kind of accuracy roll on one of the pieces of your gear. This map is very scary. Should just be going to map boss, I think. You guys just all feel terrifying.
Time to feast.
Hold still now.
Hungry.
You gotta do whatever you can to make the build work, Eco, so if that means like, you know, go for the 50% instead of the 500, if that gets you hit capped, you just do what you gotta do. Not everyone's gonna be able to spec their gear exactly the same way. And overall, the guide is a guide, so if you have to like, swap things around with your setup to get stuff to work, you should never follow anyone's guide completely, because you're never going to have the exact same gear at any given moment. It's kind of like what you're striving to get, but you might have to do things to make your character work until you get all the pieces in place. A little nervous for this map boss, actually. I'm gonna do this. Ooh, and there's a bunch of projectile mobs here. Oh my god. Ooh. This guy is actually terrifying right now. Alright, let's lay down a new totem. This. Dude, what is going on with these mobs on this map, dude? They all felt like they were hasted. And it was just extra damage as fire, but they felt like they were super zoomy. Let me know when you're gonna do build reviews. I'm chilling right now looking through looks. Yeah, probably not for a little bit, Ego. I'm doing some mapping right now. Do I play PoE 2? I dabble in PoE 2, but I'm not like a big fan of PoE 2 right now. I think that ranged monsters actually sounds more terrifying than 2 unique bosses. I think PoE 2 needs a lot of work before it's going to be a playable game. Like I think like the leveling is fine. Although I think the campaign is way too long for subsequent leagues. They need to speed that up a bit. But my problem is there's no endgame in PoE 2. Like the endgame in PoE 2 is basically non-existent. The crafting is non-existent. Ruthless has more crafting than PoE 2, and that's a problem. And it's not that I don't think it'll have it, but until like, oh my gosh, oh these Roas are gonna kill me. It's not that I don't think that PoE 2 won't get there, it just needs time to cook. So like, you know, maybe in a year and a half, it might be a much better game, but it's definitely not there right now. It needs a lot of work, and there's no build diversity in PoE 2 right now. Like, you got to stack ES. That's the only way to have survivability. And there's like 3 or 4 builds that you play. Otherwise, it's just going to be a really bad experience. So yeah, the game needs a lot of time to cook. There's not enough build variety. There's no end game. The crafting's non-existent. And re-leveling through the campaign is a little too slow for a 3-month or 4-month league cycle. They got to speed that up for like fresh characters. Yeah, I'm not saying like, you know, getting to maps in PoE 2 in 3 hours is the benchmark, but I shouldn't have to feel like I gotta spend an entire day leveling just to then get to maps the next day. That feels too long. And then you get to maps and there's no endgame, and there's no crafting, and there's no build variety. I level to maps in PoE 1 on a fresh character in about 5 to 6 hours, and then on a alt it takes me significantly quicker if I have a bunch of uniques to like speed up the process. So yeah, it's a lot faster when you have when you level an alt on like with uniques and stuff for sure. Oh boy, we got goats and bosses. Ooh, poison. All the stuff.
I still
hunger. Like 4 hours or so. It's pretty quick, at least for me. A lot of people are a lot quicker, and they're a lot slower. It just depends on you. These Roas are freaking frightening.
finally. Keep killing. Kill! We are not done yet.
I'm Pacific Standard in the US, so it's like 7 o'clock at night right now for me. Yeah, during the week, if I stream after work, it's around this time. On the weekend, I might stream earlier. Unless it's like last weekend and I'm doing stuff, so I don't really, not really on. So this guy would be immediately a pass before the nerf. The shield crush is pretty much you're gonna die. I'm probably still gonna skip him because I don't trust the nerfs. Those gloves are pretty nice though. Double life. I lose the lightning resist though. No movement speed on the boots, so that's garbage. This guy doesn't have anything I want, and I don't trust the nerfs on Shield Crush. I don't trust you, GGG. I don't trust you. Energy charge, be okay. What I really need is one of those kinetic bolt mercenaries that can just help me with clear. That would be pretty dope, actually. That would be pretty dope. Bro, what are these monsters right now?
Time to feast. I will never be sated. time. Surely we are not done.
Watch and learn.
Finally. I still
It's a funny joke. Two additional proj is pretty scary, but gotta roll the dice at some point. There would be fucking A-bombs.
don't stop.
Delightful death.
I will never peace.
Possibly. They're supposed to be like nerfing the mercenaries without nerfing their benefits to you once you acquire them, but maybe they screwed something up. It's entirely possible. I wouldn't be surprised. Might be a bit much right now. I don't know if I can take this guy. Okay. How long am I going to be streaming? Probably not too long tonight. Probably another hour, maybe.
To have been caught, the flames will serve as penance.
Yeah, I don't stream very long on nights that on days that I work.
Guide us to victory.
You're done. Stay down, Huck. Run away, scared little child.
I choose.
Automate a little more showy. I can appreciate. The question now, Exile, is whether or not you're foolish enough to face me down.
Can you show your filter for Cyclone Slayer build? I have a video on my YouTube channel, Edward, that has a link to the Google Drive. Also, if you do the filter command in chat, you can get it, which is just this right here. Yeah, I know you go. I'm not too concerned about sharing my name. If people really want to find out the names of streamers, it's incredibly easy to do so. It's not like streamers have an anonymity in that regard. Infamous.
Azadin blood runs cold.
This guy would kill me.
Step carefully.
That armor, though, is pretty crazy. You gain an endurance charge on kill. You lose all endurance charges when hit. You gain onslaught for 5 seconds per endurance charge when hit. As long as we're always killing stuff. I mean, that kind of basically means we're always losing our endurance charges, though. This is like really good, I think, on a ranged build, where you're never getting hit and you're playing into evasion. This guy could be like a giga merc to hire. This guy's probably going to kill me. Screw it.
We say in House Azadi, blades speak more honestly than tongues. Shall we? Let's keep
This is a mistake. I know this is a mistake. Because even though they said they nerfed these guys, I don't believe it. I don't believe this guy's nerfed. I'm gonna play this like a coward.
This is how it's done. Hold still.
But if I can get this guy, he's gonna be like insane as a companion.
Hold still.
Dude.
Perhaps
Alright.
I could feel that.
Let's see what his damage is like here. Respectable. See how he feels on a boss. It's not bad. It's not great. Yeah, he was definitely less scary. And I could tell that because when he was like hitting my totem, he didn't one-shot my totem. He 100% would have one-shot my totem pre-nerf. Debuffs on you expire 100% faster. It's kind of scary with bleeds and stuff. 15%, 22% increased attack speed. Reduced skill effect duration. Crazy amount of movement speed. It is definitely faster EQs. I'm worried about the debuffs on you expire 100% faster. That's gonna make like damage over time really scary. I mean, right? Doesn't that mean basically when I get a dot on me, it's gonna rip me to shreds? Basically. That's what I'm assuming. Debuffs expiring you 100% faster. I think that means they ramp faster. It's probably worth Googling real quick. Because the way I read that, it makes me think that I'm going to get destroyed. But we'll see. I think you're right. I think it's just shorter time. It doesn't actually ramp the damage. So that's actually pretty good, I guess. Kind of basically the opposite of temp chains. It doesn't change. It doesn't change. Yeah, it just essentially just makes your debuffs last shorter. So it's actually pretty good, I guess. I was worried for a second that it would make like damage over time significantly scarier, and that was like not going to be something I wanted to mess with. Yeah. Cool. Well, that's a win. It doesn't have life, which is unfortunate, but it does have the movement speed and attack speed, which is actually like incredibly nice.
Keep killing.
Which means I'm probably going to take this point back, and we'll probably just go into more life on the tree. Because right now I'm just really worried about my HP being really low. So I'm just going to keep stacking life until I get better life rolls on my gear.
Time to feast.
Yeah, especially in a game, especially like in Ruthless, where you really don't have true movement skills. You know, the fact is I essentially have 15 from that, which is actually a perfect roll. The attack speed is almost perfect. Yeah, it's pretty good. So that plus that gives me essentially 30% movement speed between that and the boots. So right now it feels pretty good moving around. Let me see how the Shield Crush guy really feels against like this pack here. Yeah, he probably just needs a better weapon. What's his weapon look like? Oh, that's tragically bad, yeah. If I put like a better weapon on him, he's probably gonna slap. Streamer client, yeah. I mean, that's not an incredibly rare unique, because I've seen that drop before, and I've just usually vendored it. But for something like Ruthless, yeah, that's pretty godly. For sure. Yeah, I need to get this guy like a better one-hander, and actually I might throw some gear on this guy real quick, because I think like with a really good weapon, well, he needs a really good shield is what he needs, actually. What's his shield look like right now? Yeah, he needs like a much better shield with way more armor. Freezes rares, it's awesome. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try to YOLO gamble some items for my Merc real quick, because if I can get like a really good shield with high armor on it. Actually, what we probably want is these strength decks, right? Probably want armor evasion shield. It's technically better. Oh yeah, yeah, they're pretty good. Yeah, he uses axes. Let's see. I currently don't have Corrupted Blood Immunity, Edward, on my Giga version of my Softcore Cyclone. You use pre-Mage Blood, you use a Life Flask with Corrupted Blood Immunity. Once you go Mage Blood, the answer is you need a Corrupted Jewel on the tree. But like a Corrupted Storm Shroud with that is going to cost you a lot of Divines, but that is how you do it, essentially. I still want to see if I can get this guy a better shield. How much gold do I have? Oh my gosh. Dude, what is this? What is going on right now? What in the world? Alright, well, I'm putting that on the Merc. So we just gave him an insane amount of damage there. What's up, Zartov? That's actually nutty. Maybe I can get a better axe for him still? Nope, that was all our luck. I actually want to see how hard he hits now with a better shield and weapon when we do a new map. Also, what does his like resistances and stuff look like? Yeah, we gotta build up his defenses. But let's see how hard this guy hits now. Oh yeah, dude. Yeah. He clears. My dude just clears. That's fantastic. Alright, this is gonna be a blast now. This is the way. My dude's a giga tank. Does more damage than I do now. They're not on Filter Blade. Unfortunately, my filters require the sound files. You gotta grab them from the Google Drive. I don't have a filter set up without that. Yeah, he does pretty respectable damage now. If I can get him like a better fizz weapon too. It's really just his shield that matters. But yeah, he just destroys shit right now. It's great. This is the way. This is how you play Ruthless. You just gear your Mercenary who already has all the links and everything.
Yummy, yummy.
See how he does against this rare. Dude, he just takes the rare out. It's fucking amazing. Yeah. He literally just clears the map for me. I can just like let him kill everything. It's actually kind of amazing. Puts a shield around me. It's great, dude. This guy was totally worth investing in. What a giga Chad. This is so stupid. I'm just letting him do all the work. That's funny.
Swift choice speaks well of you.
I don't feel too worried about killing these regular mercs now. Yeah. Hard carried. That guy doesn't have anything I really want, so we're just gonna skip him. I kind of want to let him fight the boss and see what that looks like. Like, I'm going to throw a curse on the boss, and I'm just going to let him wallop the boss for a little bit and see what it feels like. Alright, here we go. We're going to give this a shot here. Cursing the boss. Dude. He does considerably good damage. It's not bad. Between him and I. Not bad. Let's go poach the gear off our other guy. So... Oh, we don't need the chest, but we'll take the rings. I think that's all I can take. Alright, let's go to... Arboro here. What's his gloves look like? Oh yeah, we can definitely upgrade that. Is that an upgrade? I do like the attack speed on his gloves. His gear is actually not terrible. I guess this ring is better resistance-wise, I guess. accuracy rating's probably good for him.
Huh. Spiffing.
Trying to get his stats up so he's a little bit tankier. Does this guy have Fortify? Dude, he makes nearby enemies take 1% increase of his damage per 2 fortification on him. What is this gear? Actually insane. He doesn't really ignite in shock, so I don't know if that belt's actually doing much for him. So a life belt with resistances is probably pretty good.
Haha, perfect.
This does give him 15%, a little bit of attack speed. This would give him some life and cold resist. I could probably put better gloves on him than that crap though.
Need something? Fair enough.
Well, don't just stand there.
I'm gonna give him this life Exilus with rarity on it. Okay.
Be on your guard.
What a Chad, dude. What an actual Chad. Carried by the Mercenary. Where he's really going to help me out, honestly, is with rares. Rares and bosses. He's going to actually help out pretty nice. I'm not too worried about, like, blue mobs and shit like that.
Doesn't matter how this ends, only that it does. Come back when you've made up your mind.
Feeding time!
Dude, he just destroys the rares. Actually ridiculous.
Don't stop. The hunger never ends. I will never be sated. Stop. I still hunger. I will never be sated. Don't stop.
It's a little nervous there. A little nervous with the porcupine guys.
I will never be sated. No! Still hungry! Still hungry. Feeding time. Stop. No! Still hungry! Yummy, yummy.
Hold your tongue. Time waits for no one. Keep walking.
Very scary guy. Very scary guy. Totem. Dude was fucking crazy. I want to do some delving on this character. I think that could be fun, actually. Might go check out Delve. I don't know how sustainable Soul Fight is in Ruthless. Thinking that could be something fun to do.
Finally! Keep killing. Surely, we are not done yet. something?
Ahoy there! Delightful death!
Fading time. No. Still up. Surely we're not done yet. Fading time. I still hunger.
Let me guess. How's Azadi think? I still abide by the Traven Code. Choose your fate. You seem to be going the wrong way.
Fading time. Kill! Fading time. Keep killing. Keep killing. Kill! I'll never be sated.
What? And that?
Kill!
Freaking Rose every time.
This is how it's done.
This has map sustain. Look at it that way.
Time to feast. I still hunger. Down, down, down! I will never be sated.
Your skin. I eagerly await your decision.
Nobody walks away from you.
Time to feast. Surely we are not done yet!
Extra damage is cold is a little scary. Chill and freeze. I don't have freeze immunity. I do have my Mercenary. We'll see how this goes.
Time to feast. No, still hungry. I cannot do this yet. Finally! Down, down, down! Surely we're not done yet!
You only get one first impression.
Kineticist.
The choice is yours. Charmed, I'm sure.
Alright guys, I think that's going to be it for tonight. I'm going to wrap it up. I think tomorrow morning before work I'll probably meal a few gems on a second character so I can mostly get a real movement skill, at least I guess real movement skill for Ruthless, the Consecrated Path. But yeah, pretty good with the Mercenary. I like this setup. This will basically be how I just clear white maps and get some currency going. Need to get a lot more points on the Atlas tree for map sustain. Yeah, let me take a quick look, Eco. What's your problem with the build? Yeah, no problem, RJ. I'll probably be streaming tomorrow around the same time after I get off work. First thing I would probably do is lower your Molten Shell and your castman damage. I'd probably take this down to like 9. Take this down to 7. So it triggers more often. So that'll help you with one-shots, or it'll help you, I think, with the damage not feel as bad. I would take this point out of here. And I'd stick it into probably more life. Yeah, I'd probably put that point into life. You really want a chest piece that has more armor. Like at least probably, if you're gonna play Abyssus, you need to really stack your armor. I'm assuming this determination is from your Mercenary. So you really want a chest piece that has like at least 3,500 armor if you're gonna play Abyssus. So if we change this to, like, say 3,500. Okay, well, we'll just do it right here. That's too much. Yeah. So you really want to have at least like 3,500 armor on your chest. Likewise, your gloves, you kind of want to have more armor on those too. I would get rid of that point there. Okay. I'd put that into more life. So, I mean, the only thing, I mean, at this point, like, if you're getting one shot in 16.5s and you're running scary modifiers, the biggest thing that's going to increase your quality of life now is scaling your block further. So, like, the unfortunate answer is, like, this version of the build is going to be fine for, like, T16s and stuff like that, but if you want to start getting into, like, 16.5s with all the scary mods, T17s, that kind of stuff, you really need the Forbidden Flame and Flesh Jewel setup, because you got to scale your spell block and attack block to almost 90%. That's going to be like a noticeable layer of defense. So essentially you're at a point now where what you have here should be fine for like regular T16s, but if you're running 16.5s and they have all the dangerous mods that like T17 is going to have, and you're doing like those kind of farm strats, you're going to feel pretty weak. It's the Forbidden Flame and Flesh Jewels that scale your block, so these right here with more than skill. And then you're going to have to fit those on your tree. So oh, that's interesting. Your Abyss Jewels are also not rolled properly. So you're only getting like 91% avoidance, which is like still pretty good, but it's not 100%. So you don't technically have elemental ailment avoidance. You need 2 jewels with 50% chance to avoid being shocked. But essentially, you would pick up 2 jewel sockets. You would like get rid of this jewel, and probably get rid of what I would probably do is you would drop these 2 jewels here and here, and you would put your Flame and Flesh in these. Okay, and that's going to scale your it's going to scale your attack and spell block up to 88%, and then you're going to want to get you're going to want a Stygian Vice belt, and you're going to put one of your avoidance to avoid shock jewels in the belt, and you'll run your other avoid shock jewel on the tree. So you'd run it like right here, basically. You'd swap this out for an Abyss Jewel with a chance to avoid being shocked. But you can see like your effective hit pool triples with the jewel setup, because you have so much more attack and spell block. And if you're going to play Abyssus, the next upgrade after that, and it's very expensive, is to run a Progenesis. And a Progenesis is going to give you a lot of PDR. So all of your defensive layer upgrades are expensive at this point. You need the 2 unique jewels, and you need the flask. And that's going to push your defenses to a comfortable level for doing like 16.5, 17s, that kind of stuff. The other option is you can drop Abyssus. You're going to lose damage, but you'll get way tankier. Yeah, I mean, it's in my POB, Eco, if you follow my POB. I have all this stuff outlined in there. Yeah. So, like... like, on the level 95 crit tree, you can see... Let me turn off Determination Merc. I don't. I think the problem with your gear is hold on. Let me look at your POV. Frenzy charges don't matter because you don't generate those on a boss, so you shouldn't have that toggled on. You have 20 stacks of fortification anyways. That should be 15. Your banner planted. Fusion up, max effect. Yeah. Even if we, let's say we sock it out, Forbidden Flame and Flesh. And for Genesis, back to Amethyst. Yeah, your PDR is actually still pretty good. It's not that much less than what I have. So, you know, I removed the 2 unique jewels and the flask, and you're still sitting at like 17 with an Abyssus. That's not that bad. But yeah, to go from this point further, you'd have to get the jewels and the flask to really scale your defense up. I would probably drop this crit multi and also take the life here, because the 60% crit multiplier, if you haven't dealt a critical strike recently, you have a 100% crit chance, so you're always critting. So this is a, like, kind of a debate. I would drop that and pick up the extra life. That's going to give you more physical max hit. It will bring your life up further. And if we socket those jewels you had back in, actually, you have a ancient one, and you have a whispering, then you have this crimson jewel. Yeah, basically the only thing I would change right now immediately is respec your tree the way I did. It'll gain you a bit more life. You're gonna get like another couple hundred HP. And then your biggest thing you can do at this point is pick up a Forbidden Flame and Flesh to scale your attack and spell block. You can actually drop that point. You're still hit capped. Yeah, this Eagle Eye cluster I would actually pick up an accuracy roll on a piece of gear, because you can save these 4 points if you get some accuracy on an item. So say you just get like plus 400 accuracy on an item. That's going to hit cap you. Might even be less than that, like 300. I'd say like 350. You're at 100% hit chance. And then you can actually buy back those 4 points from the tree. And then you can put those 4 points into more life and defense. So actually you could come up here. You could take this increased armor here, which is going to make you very tanky. You could actually do this, gain some more resistance help and a ton of armor, and that still gives you 2 points to work with. You could put that into more armor life here. Probably just pick up the extra life, 6%. Yeah, I would probably just pick up the extra 6% life. So now you're sitting at 20,000 PDR. So all you need is just an accuracy roll on your gear. Around 350 on an item. And then you just make some passive tree changes and you gain a ton of physical damage mitigation. Your damage isn't going to go up that much, but your ability to take hits will go up quite a bit. Yeah, I'd say a better chest with more armor. Get some kind of accuracy roll on a piece of gear so you can drop the Eagle Eye cluster here. And then respec your tree the way I did. Go for this extra armor. Go for the extra life here, the extra life here. And then swap this from the crit multi, which doesn't do anything for you because you're always critting, into the extra life. Yeah. So I'd respec your tree like this. And I would get accuracy on a piece of item of gear. And also remember, lower your redo your cast when damage taken molten shell. Lower this down to like 9/7 so it triggers more often. For where you're at, if you're doing 16.5s and trying to get into like T17s, you need a better staff. I'd say this is fine probably for 16.5s, but if you want to be doing like T17s and stuff or harder content, you need a better staff, yeah. This is the kind of staff that you use to get through like your Void Stones and do your Atlas completion and stuff. But yeah, you'd want a staff that's closer to like 900 PDPS at this point. That's gonna be your biggest damage multiplier is your weapon. So you can see like if I go to your staff and we just edit this so that it has more, you know, we bring it from 700 PDPS up to 200 PDPS. So if we just do like this right here, well, that's a little much. Yeah, say we even go from like, say even go from your 700 PDPS weapon to this 871 one, and we add this to the POV, you're gonna gain like another 3 million damage. So getting a better weapon too is something you should be working on for sure. But yeah, if you make those changes, redo your tree the way I sent it to you, get accuracy on a piece of gear, lower your cast when damage molten shell. I think if you do those things, you should feel a little bit tankier when you're mapping. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and wind down for the evening. I'll probably be streaming this character throughout the week, because I'm kind of enjoying the hardcore ruthless stuff. So I'm gonna see how far I can take this character and see how it goes, and just kind of chill map and whatnot. But yeah, I'll be around on stream throughout the week if you guys have questions about Cyclone stuffs too. And yeah, thanks for tuning in. Catch you all later.